Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Well, I believe I had a little bit of technical difficulty. But I'm here with you today, and I'm very grateful to SeekNet for this opportunity. I hope you're getting the video stream now and the audio stream. And I started today by understanding how important it is in these times that we remain calm, relaxed, and at ease. That this time is a shift, and we've been prepared for this shift to understand the shifting of these times. We came onto this pathway, the path of yoga, of Kundalini yoga, of Sikh Dharma, to understand that we have a responsibility in this life to help humanity. And that is so important to remember. I was listening today and many were saying, well, go back to normal. But I thought to myself, what is normal? And shall we ever be in that normality again? So Sanghaji, I'm here in Surrey, BC. I flew in from Toronto last week, so I've been in self-isolation. Just to give that opportunity also for myself to be able to meditate deeply, to spend this time, to go deeper within my own self to understand my relationship to these changes. These changes are happening very rapidly, but we knew of that. We know and we understand this is the Kali Yuga, this is the darker age. It is a time when everything has to shift. But we have to shift as those times shift. If we don't change with these times, what happens? The times change us. And we who came from that 1960s and 70s, we learned, we understood that revolution, that change of times, and we became pioneers. And today, all of us at this exact moment of time are pioneers. I call this time a call to the time. A call means that undying, that deathlessness. And that is our call. To live, not to be in fear of what is happening, but to understand how it's necessary to change and shift all humanity. Because my belief is truly the system doesn't work, and it does break down, it has to. At the end of every 2,000-year cycle, and our Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj talks so much about this Kali Yuga, this darker age. And in Gurbani is said that Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Sache Patishah, came at this time to spread a message of true light, of jyot, of peace to all humanity, to bring a teaching and understanding that accepts everyone as being equal. And that time has to come. I may not experience it personally within my lifetime, but our children and their children and future generations shall inherit a world of peace, prosperity, and abundance. So this is just a time of history that we go through. But what's required of us during this time, the responsibility as Khalsa that we have at this time. Do we not greet each other, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh? Victory shall live. But what takes that victory? What is that victory? What is that fateh? That victory of this life. And my understanding is that the victory of this life is that we're balanced, body, mind, and spirit. Body, mind, and within our spirit. And this technology given to us through Kundalini yoga, being at the feet of our Guru, and any yoga is good, do something. Body has to stay relaxed. Kundalini yoga is a beautiful system. Some of you may practice other systems of exercising. Is okay. Because we have to. My belief, I'm saying have, to relax. Stay calm, sahaj, at peace within ourselves. How is that attained? Body, mind, and spirit. Through exercising the body. Proper breathing, breathe from that navel point. Activate the solar plexus. That was our first brain, and that will be the brain of this coming age. Breathe deeply. Breathe from your navel point. Feel the circulation into your body system. Relax and do the exercise. Move your shoulders. Relax. Stretch the muscles. So that our immune system, the circulation in our body, our immune system, our glandular system, which is the guardians of our health, Our respiratory system, our digestive system, nervous system, you name the system has to be good, has to work well within us. So we achieve that through that exercise. We establish the relationship of the mind through our meditation, Simran. And the vibration of Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. What is Vaheguru? That every heartbeat is God's name to me? Can we see through those eyes to each other? And our spirit, that soul, that Atma, that has the relation to the Paramatma, infinite soul. Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave us that conduit of light to bring this Atma, this soul, which manifests within us, becomes the Mahatma, becomes great within us, so that we can achieve that relationship of Paramatma, of infinite soul, infinite understanding, an infinite mind of total intuition that is activated through the Dasam Dwar, so that energy can come through the 10th gate, so all that can be established within us through by establishing the relationship of Guru Bani, so the Bani can carry us through every single day. So body, mind, and spirit every single day. Guru Nanak Dev Ji wrote in that Japji Sahib, but we read it every day. Amrit Vela, Hanji, such Amrit Vela, such a navri I vichar kalmi have kapar and nadri moktu. He says every day. Rise in that ambrosial hour. Rise in that Amrit Vela. Whatever your practice is. But do it. I like that Nike shirt because it says do it. And I say art also we say we did it. To rise in that still moment of time. Exercise so that our body system can have proper circulation. We can build strength within us. Mentally vibrate Vaheguru, 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 Simran, Satanama, whatever. To establish the relationship of the meditative consciousness, to come into the neutral mind, so that neutral mind shall carry us. And through Guru Bani, through Bani, to establish a link within our entire being and that relationship to God, as Guru Bani teaches us. So the relationship is there. That's a whole being. Because everything is together. When we establish that, and then as our Dharma grows, and as the seva, to help others, to serve, to share a consciousness. I'm so inspired by our Sangat here in Canada. So many are doing so many meditations. There's so many posts. Let's do 40 days this, 90 days that, 60 days of this, 10 days. I'm wondering where are they getting all this time? But they're inspired to keep together. We can't be with each other personally. So they vibrate the Nam. Guru is in our hearts. We have Babaji's room here. Maharaj Sarup is upstairs. I can't even go upstairs every day to do Matta because I'm isolated in the back part. But every day I do my ardas, I face the Guru. I say, Guruji, we're never separated. We're never apart from each other. Never. And that is the hope and the message we have to spread. That we're never separated from each other. We're never separated from God. We're never separated from Guru. Guru is the vibration. And as our consciousness opens, as our intuition expands, what does Guru Bani give to us? Simple. That intuition, infinite intuition. It gives us that consciousness to know the unknown, to hear the unheard, and to see the unseen. As I was doing my sadhana this morning, it came to me, reminded me, and many of you may remember us older generations, when we had our ashrams, and I remember in the ashram in downtown Toronto in the early 1980s. And we would do drills where we would do Sukhasana, we'd take the Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji, we'd go out from the ashram, we had a caravan of cars. One Sangat member had a farm outside of Toronto, we all drove in a caravan there. in preparation that if we ever had to evacuate, we could. And remember, we used to eat those wheat berries once a week. Do you remember? We used to curry those wheat berries, and we had sacks of those wheat berries. And one day a week we ate those wheat berries so that our stomachs could be prepared to digest anything, so that even rocks could digest, right? So already that consciousness 30 years plus ago, 40 years ago, and those of us who came through that generation, that hippie time of the 60s, the 70s, we understood that change has to happen. And as Amritdhari Sikhs, when we do our Amrit Chakra, when we become Amritdhari, we say that head of ours is given at the feet of the Guru, is not my head. My sacrifice is that if I give my life that another could live, that if we can share with each other and be in that consciousness, that is a call consciousness. To be in that consciousness of understanding. So there's no fear within that. Nirbo nirvair. What is that root? That root is Mumantar. We hear it every day. We recite every day. Ek onkar satanam karitaport nirbo nirvair akad mutajini. Guru Prasad Jap, Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hebi Sach, Nanagosi be such. Every day is our root, is the mool, is the root of understanding of how we as creatures that were created by a creator live in this creation. That's it. We were created by that creator. We are these creatures, however we came, what past life, future life, present life we came through. But we're here to that experience. Sometime we will depart. But we're here to have an experience of consciousness, an experience within this life. And these changes that we're going through, that's why I say normal. What is normal? Someone asked me one day, am I normal? I said, no, I'm nirmal. I'm clean, I'm peaceful. Right? It's all in a state of our being. It's all in a state of our consciousness. How is our state of our understanding? How we see through these eyes. And today I'm only sharing with you a very short time we have together today. To share how I process this within me through Gurbani, through the teachings, through my devotion at the feet of the Guru. Through what, by some blessing in this life, with all the mistakes I've made, all the nonsense, that still I'm here, still I'm at my feet of my Guru, still I want to spread a message to the world of peace and light. And to help others through these times, and we have to connect. SikhNet has been so gracious in allowing this time, is very great seva. And that's a seva we have to do. It's a different age. Many of your younger generation listening today, you understand that technology and how to reach out and teach out through the internet, through social media, through these different ways, and developing new ways. We have to use that intuition. We have to use that. Those of you who have this understanding of how this system works of communication, to reach out, to teach out, to show others how to bring people together, live streams, other things, other ways. Do sadhana together and live stream that sadhana. There's many platforms. You know those platforms that we can do every day. 4 a.m. here, Surrey time, 4 a.m. whatever time, your time, New Mexican time, UK, Newcastle, wherever you happen to be, Coventry, wherever you are, London, throughout the world, anywhere in the world, Australia, Malaysia, name the country. Live stream every single morning with your Sangat. Nitnem Bhat, Bani, Kirtan, Sadhana. And keep our Sangats together, because we as Khalsa also are being tested. Because we have to live what we were taught. That's simple. There's no two ways. There's no two streets in it. Khalsa is a living representation of the consciousness of those who in their devotion live in their trueness, live in their light, and share with others that jot. Share with others that lightness. Share with others the hopefulness. And share with others a technology and a science. Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj is the science of the living of life through the consciousness of the vibration of the Naam that is gifted to us through Shabad Guru. Is that not true? is gifted to us through the Shabad Guru. What is the Shabad Guru? Shabad Guru is that technology of that vibration that opens the channel of consciousness, then goes into the body and heals into the body. We read in those Hukamnama every single day. Guru says to us, I shall take that disease from you. I shall take away the pain from you. And we have the example, don't we? Siddhi HaKrishan, Guru Siddhi HaKrishan Sahib Ji gave us that understanding. Who at 6 years old went to Delhi in a smallpox because he had a seva, he didn't care about his life. And every day in our das, Siddhi HaKrishan Diya, just ditte sab dukh jai. We say every day. That just by meditating on Siddhi HaKrishan Sahib Ji, just that within itself takes away dukh. Dukh means that which is our troubles. So our gurus gave us that consciousness of understanding is not something I make, it's something that is given. It is the history, the legacy. And we are living legacy of that truth. And one does not have to be Sikh to have that consciousness. Sikh is that seeker. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said we're all seekers of that truth. That is the power of Satanam. That we're all seekers of that truth. We all have that conscious ability to serve others and to live in this consciousness. When I became Sikh, I wasn't looking, I wanted to change a religion. I didn't like the one that I had. My culture is my culture. But what this technology did was it added on to that. It brought everything into that perspective. I can't change my upbringing. I can't change the culture that I was raised in, nor do I want to. Nor can I deny that within myself. But it added to that. It added a dimension of understanding, a dimension of expansion, a dimension of giving that grace in this life to have this simple opportunity to chant the name of God. So where's the difficulty? Where do we find the difficulty in that truth and that understanding? That's the trust that we need during these times. Two things will always manifest and grow. One is doubt and the other is nuclear fusion. Whenever there's doubt, there's going to be another doubt. And those doubts pile up within us until it erodes our faith at a time when that faith has to be strong. But we come into the doubts about that. And we come into a feeling that maybe something is wrong with us. Maybe we can't do this. It's true. We have that duality. We all do. We have that identical identity. We have that which is both. And that's why your sadhana is so important, your daily spiritual practice. Whether you're of the Sikh belief, or you're doing it as the Aquarian sadhana, or you have your other practices which you practice in your faith belief, or the systems that you follow. But the key is to do it. That's the balance that we'll find. That's the balance of understanding. Because at some point things will open back up. But it will never look the same. There's no normal anymore. There has to be new. Is that not true? There has to be new. And we have the consciousness of spirituality, no matter what our faith, throughout the world, all of you that are studying, that are practicing, that have meditations, that do all of this, no matter what your faith belief, we have to create together that new. That's this time of that shifting. This is this harmonic concordance, we call it. This was the shift at 11, 11, 11. This was the shift from the Piscean to the Aquarian consciousness. This is the gift of Guru Nanak, and this is the healing light of Guru Ram Das Ji. Is all connected. And it's all connected within us. There's no separation. Is that not true? Before Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Satyapatisha, they said that God lived outside of you. And somebody had to take you to that God. And then you had to find that God. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, nay, he said, that's not true. He said, God lives in each of us. And each of us can experience that God. And we have our individual feeling about that. I have my individual representation within myself, how that feels. That feels for me that I'm never alone. That feels for me that I'm never disconnected. That feels for me that there's a light that I can always touch into. It feels to me like I have a purpose in this life as a spiritual person, to spread that spirituality, to share it with each other. And to find not as what is different about us, but what is the same about us. And Bob Marley said something very beautiful. He said, when humanity can see and not judge that the color of your eyes make no difference than what is the color of your skin. That if we see that person this color of skin, do we judge what color eyes we have? And he said, when it makes no difference, the color of your skin or the color of your eyes, you then will find that road or pathway through peace. When we see that each of us, no matter where we're from, how we look, what our gender, what our color, what our belief, what our faith, what our preference, what our religion, doesn't matter. We're all one people. And to honor that. And to set the stage of this tomorrow. That's all I know to do. That's all I was raised to do at the feet of a master. That's all I was taught. And regardless of my own obstacles, regardless of my own pluses and minuses, still raised at the feet of a master, raised at the feet of the Guru, to share a message in these times that we shall be prepared for what tomorrow times are coming. We have to establish that new freedom. We have to establish that new governance, because this governance doesn't work. But it's going to take years of shifting and changing. But consciousness is set. And what did we expect? When we destroy our Mother Earth to such a degree, when we cut those trees, when we take away the purity of the essence of this planet and destroy it and mine it and cut it and break it into pieces, what did we expect? That that's going to go on forever? That Mother Earth itself, herself, and that God is going to let that go on? Nay, is not. Had to come at some point. Point is, it came in our lifetime. It came now. And we see what was said at that Kali Yuga, at that dark age, at that shifting in time, what was said. That everything is going to crumble, but while it crumbles, those who want to maintain and control are going to put stronger and more rigid restrictions and way of being on each of us in order to try to maintain their power, but their power cannot be maintained. Doesn't work. War will not come. Peace will not come through that war. Peace will come through our collective consciousness of prayer. That's my belief, and I'll never let go of that belief. And what this creating now through this is creating a global consciousness of that peace, a global awareness. And we have to work. We maybe call ourselves Sikhs or Khalsa, but we have to go out and work with everyone. Be part of everything. Go out, be involved. But in this point of time, we have to make sure that each of us are safe. Just as I'm here in that self-quarantine, just to be able to make sure that I don't want to spread. We are in a crisis situation. We have to be aware of that. When they say stay home, stay home. Wash your hands, do all those things. You've heard all those things. But at some point we have to emerge from this. But we're setting that, and what has already been said, understanding that this is already a part of time. I remember I was 10 years old. And I used to sit and think about things at that time. Unlike today, no. I used to sit and think of things. And I thought, you know what? I was only a person in history. Not that I would ever be known in history, but I said, I'm just one person, as each of us are, in a history. And I said, at 10 years old, I was thinking, okay, if I'm just that person in history, that's going through a particular age of time, and I'll live for whatever time frame this breath stays into my body, for whatever time that is. But at 10 years old, I understood that because I was a person in history, and I liked with history and who discovered this and who created that and what these things did, and the native people, what things they did, the Aboriginal and others. And I said, if I'm just a person in that time of that history, then I made that conscious decision at 10 that I wanted to do something as I progress on in my lifetime. I didn't know what, I didn't know where, I didn't know who, I didn't know how. At 14 years old, I made the conscious decision that I had to go outside and I had to somehow find the truth somewhere that existed, because I knew I wasn't being given the truth. And that started the journey. And started meditating at the age of 14 and grew from there and went through the challenges that I had to face and came to the feet of the Guru at 24 years old and have never left. And I knew as soon as I meditated, as soon as my forehead touched at the feet of the Guru Granth Sahib Maharaj, I knew as soon as I came in the presence of that light that my life would never be the same. But still not knowing where it would go, I still, even to this day, just continue as Guru guides that process. So what I'm just sharing simply is that keep that focus and keep that understanding within yourself and keep the meditative mind processing through it. Your meditative consciousness, that openness to that conduit of energy and of light, and meditate and bring together, we have that to carry all Sangat in this world, to carry all people in this world. A couple of days ago in my sadhana, I was just doing the meditation, Simran. And I left this physical body and I went, maybe my subtle body went into what I felt was even the crust of the earth, just to feel what that was feeling. And to send some energy, whether it's real or not real, it doesn't matter. Whether some just mind creates or doesn't create or is true, it doesn't. But that process of understanding, of sending that energy, we're very energetic beings. Don't we feel each other? Don't we sense each other? Aren't we conscious of each other? I may be sitting in Surrey, you may be sitting somewhere in New Zealand, Australia, somewhere. But we connect with each other, we feel each other, we can sense that with each other. And when we together share that beautiful vibration with each other, this world gets healed. So Satsangaji, I'm just sharing a little bit today about some understanding of a perspective of our reality of these times, to not be in a delusion. And we do have a message to share, and that message is of peace. And to be calm during these times, to be relaxed, and we have the technology to make that so. We have the meditation, we have the exercise, we have all the technology that we need to make that happen. Personally, for yourself, collectively, for our spiritual communities, and globally for the entire universe. Beyond. And that is the power Guru Nanak Dev Ji shared all that understanding. Everything comes from God. Everything goes to that God. We are part of that. We are moving through this time. So have that hope and that trust. Your practice has to be strong. We will be challenged. We are challenged. We're challenged at this moment exact. We're challenged. What do? We challenge the challenge. It's not going to defeat us, because we're only at the feet of the Guru. And Guru promises to carry us through this ocean. Sukha Sagar, that ocean of peace. To carry us through this time. To be in the consciousness of Sukha, to be in the consciousness of the gift. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, Kirit karo, kirit karo. Be honest. Live in the vibration of the Guru. Hold the strength of the Nam in your heart. Work honorably through this world. Share what you know with others. Vanchag, to give, to share what we have to others. And he said to meditate, Nam Simran, to meditate. So 3 very simple principles of life. Work hard, share with others, and meditate. And never forget God's name. Never forget the name of God. Keep it vibrating through you, that every cell of your body shall vibrate that. And that is our best defense. Because through that and through our yogic practice, that our electromagnetic field becomes strong, that we activate each of those energy centers, chakras, energy centers, that our spiritual bodies are connected and balanced. So all of that becomes a balance within us that gives us that projection of that consciousness into our truth and our reality to conquer through these times and to carry others, that it should never feel pressure, nor it should ever feel a weight, nor should we ever be stressed by it and never get stressed out by it. And provide that leadership. What will be that leadership? How consistent you are. The leadership through this time is the leadership of consistency. When you are consistent in your practice, in your devotion, in your discipline, and we share that discipline, and we become a disciple to that discipline, that is what Guru Maharaj taught us. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj taught more about that discipline, more about how this mind of ours has to be under our control, not to be controlled by the mind. Manjit Jagjit, we say. Conquer the mind and conquer the world is true. This is the teaching. And Guru gives us that. And our Gurus have taught us that. And we have the technology to carry us through. So Satsangaji, for the last little bit, why don't we together just do long Ekonkars in a 2.5 breath cycle. Ekonkar, Satanam, Sri Wahe Guru. And we'll do that in the 2.5 breath cycles. I think most every one of you know that. And if not, just go along with. We first inhale, Ek, and we pull in our navel point, Ek, Omkar. We do our second breath, Sat, again pulling the navel point, Sat, Nam, Sri, and then half a breath, Wah, Hey Guru. Simple like that. We keep our shoulders relaxed, eyes can focus 1/10 open to the tip of our nose. Hands can be in Gyan Mudra, first thumb and first finger together. And you can go through that Ek at the first energy center, the root chakra. Om, that creativity at the second chakra. God, the projection of the third chakra. Sat, the truth at the heart. Nam, the vibration opens up the channel. Sri, that greatness as we project through the ajna. Wah, through the Dasandhara, the 10th gate, the crown chakra. Hey, Guru. And through our entire 8th chakra, our electromagnetic field. The electromagnetic field every day, do breath of fire every single day. Get that circulation, get that navel point working. Feel the vitality of this life and keep going. This is what's most important. So let's do this together. We'll put a little bit of music. I'm not sure how well you'll hear it, but it'll help to guide us a little bit. So remember, bring your hands, Gyan Mudra, thumb first finger, just a mudra, hand position of knowledge. We touch that. And we rest that onto our knees. Make sure your shoulders are like, don't tense your shoulders are all tensed up and everything. Relax your shoulders, loosen, you can even loosen up a little bit. And we'll just connect with each other. And you know what? If you can't do anything, do long chant every single day. Do 3-5 minutes, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru Simran, right? Just to balance. But do it. And create that rhythm. I just did a video on a daily practice, very simple, including some prosperity, and then 30 minutes of yoga, and then we do the long chant, and then you can continue on after that to add more of the mantras of the Aquarian sadhana, or you can do your nitnem, whatever you choose. So we'll continue, and SeekNet is doing such a beautiful job continuing to get information and tools that we can use. And there's so much Gurbani posted and so much Simran and Kirtan and everything is there. Everything. And SikhNet has put together such a beautiful way of bringing that together and bringing our Sangats together. And let's support that in any in which way we can, especially now when these times are. So let's sit together and we'll just do this for 7 minutes. I'll take a little drink of water. So our hands are in Gyan Mudra, shoulders are relaxed. Bring your spine straight, chin can be tucked in a little bit. If you're not sure of the sound rhythm, just go along. We'll just do that for a few minutes and then we'll conclude our broadcast today. So let's come sitting up straight and we'll begin. Eyes are 1/10 open at the tip of our nose, shoulders relaxed. And now inhale very deeply. And second breath. Satnam. Sitting and half breath. One. Hey Guru. Very good. Keep up. Ik Sitting. Hey Guru. Ek Sitting. Hey Guru. Ek Sitting. Hey Guru. Ek Om City. Hey, Ek Om City. Hey, Ek City. Hey, And inhale now very deeply. Inhale deeply. Hold this breath in. Focus your eyes to the top of your head, to the Dasam Dwar, the 10th gate. Let all this energy rise through the base of your spine. Keep very still and exhale your breath out. And take a moment and sit in a calmness. Sit in a state of peace. Feel your breath at your navel point. And be easy with yourself. Feel the flow of energy. Connect to your vastness and expand your light. Satsangaji, it's been a great honor and a great privilege to spend this time together. And I'm very thankful for SeekNet for this opportunity. God willing, maybe they'll have me back again sometime. Be my privilege. And let us serve with that consciousness. That is the state of Chartikala. That undying spirit, that rising spirit within us. And we live in that truth, and we live in that understanding. You can reach me through my Facebook page, Harinam Singh Khalsa Canada, or through Instagram, Harinam Singh Khalsa. If you have any questions, anything you'd like to share, I'd be very open. And may you live in your light and your truth, be in ecstasy during this time. Share what you have with others. Reach out in whatever methods we can use during these times. Create that group consciousness, that collective consciousness. Be devoted at the feet of Guru, or if you're listening from another faith, hold on to that faith. and let us vibrate together in the Nam. Let us work to create a better world for our future generations, which is written and shall be. And let us be in that state of Chardi Kala. May our spirits be strong, and may we support each other through these times. And may you be blessed. Nanak Naam, Chardi Kala, Teri Bani Sarbat Bala. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.